The winds of opportunity. Welcome. I'll be doing a voice recording because my phone storage is full and my computer won't connect to my phone, so technology. The table of contents is a little bigger because this book contains both the cube and octahedron. The opportunity and navigation of your present moment pathway. The cube defines intention through the keynotes, while the octahedron reveals the qualities that support each intention through the fields of opportunity, or I call them the fields of current. Like water and wind, structure and movement are inseparable. Together, these shapes create a nonlinear practice of living with clarity, intention, and opportunity, allowing each person to discover a present moment pathway unique to themselves. Just as the cube did, the octahedron also represents geometry, physics, geology, and experience. Geometry, the fields and the relationships. Geometry provides the underlying framework where 6 vertices create 8 connected fields of opportunity, fields of current. Each triangular surface represents a unique relationship between qualities, forming a balanced structure where forces interact, patterns emerge, and possibilities unfold through connection. Physics, the forces and movements. Physics reveals how the winds of opportunity express movement through natural forces and interactions. Each quality reflects a different way energy can transfer, respond, and transform, showing how conditions influence direction, flow, and the pathways available in each moment. Geology, the winds and the environments. Atmosphere embodies these relationships through the movement of air, weather, and changing conditions. Like an atmospheric river carrying moisture across landscapes, the winds describe how unseen influence shape the environment around us, creating shifts in rhythm, balance, and opportunity. Experience, navigation of the present moment. Experience brings these structures into relationship with everyday life, where intention meets changing conditions. As the fields are explored, they reveal a nonlinear pathway of choice, allowing each person to recognize opportunities, adapt with clarity, and move through life in their own unique way. The cube of awareness and the winds of opportunity together form a living geometric tool. The winds represent movement opportunities. As the geometric dual of the cube, its surfaces emerge directly from the cube's points. Where the cube provides structure, the octahedron and fields provide possibility and potential of unseen opportunities. Between each keynote are the bridge notes or the lines connecting each neighboring field, which creates a smooth transition from one opportunity to the next, rather than isolated experiences. Together, the keynotes, bridge notes, and in-between winds and weather qualities create a continuous figure-8 pattern of movement through warm, hot, cool, and cold conditions, which apply depending on your specific location, time of year, and your own personal lifestyle rhythm. The 6 winds of opportunity are the stars, desert, rain, river, rainbow, and wave, which form the vertices of the octahedron. As 3 winds meet, they create one of the 8 fields of current, each centered by a keynote from the cube. Together, these reflect how seasonal characteristics and personal location influence opportunities available in each present moment. The seasonal qualities help us recognize the currents already surrounding us, describing through literal forms of energy. Chemical, electrical, magnetic, elastic, light, gravity, thermal, mechanical, and sound. By becoming aware of these currents, we can work with the potential and kinetic energy present within our environments and the choices that we make each day. In this book, the octahedron has been unfolded into a 2-dimensional view, which displays all 8 fields of current without having to rotate the model. This perspective of the diagram shows each field color-themed by its centered cube keynote, along with its corresponding energy force as a visual reference throughout the book. Since there are only 6 vertices or points, but there are 8 fields, electrical, the cyan, and magnetic, the red, are not considered seasonal winds. Although they are not part of the seasonal rotation, these energy forces are always present and can be observed through the fields of current. Next, we'll go through the winds, the constructive harmonic resonance. Each wind represents a universal quality that can be observed throughout nature and everyday life. Rather than describing physical places, the winds describe conditions that influence awareness and movement in the present moment. Stars, river, rain, rainbow, desert, and wave are expressions of these qualities. They may be recognized through light, color, movement, temperature, moisture, dryness, stillness, memory, or the patterns found within the natural world. By observing the environment around you, the qualities of each wind become easier to recognize, revealing opportunities that already are present rather than needing to be created. Stars. Return to foundation. Signal. Possibility is perceived before the cycle becomes embodiment. Transition between vision and integration. Bridge between perception and embodiment. Clarity awareness, integration. Rainbow, rest and rewire. Radiance, mature systems integrate experience. Adaption produces wisdom. Repair instead of perfection. Dull, thick, reset. Desert, golden repair, discernment. Physical systems, rebuilding. Stored potential becomes living structure. Discernment instead of denial. Sharp, thin, move. Rain, vision landing, regulation. Dormant resources receive conditions needed for growth. The blueprint begins expressing itself. Self-regulation instead of control. Dull, thin, move. River, inspiration landing, rhythm. Movement reveals patterns and direction. Connections become visible. Values embodied and nourished, not preached. Dull, thick, move. Wave, return to current, wisdom. Cycle releases back to continuous flow. Transition from embodiment back towards emergence. Bridge between integration and possibility. Wisdom, flow, renewal. Center of the octahedron, the opportunity and integration, present moment pathway. White, gray, and black continue to serve as foundational reference throughout the framework. White reflects clarity and openness, black provides depth and discernment, and gray offers balance between the two. Together, they support recognition and integration of opportunities, allowing the intention of the cube keynotes to be expressed through qualities of each field and the conditions of the present moment path. Signal, wisdom, and integration. Although each wind can be understood on its own, none exists in isolation. Every moment contains a unique combination of qualities, with different winds becoming more or less present depending on the conditions surrounding you. Together, the 6 winds form the framework of the octahedron. Their relationship creates 8 connected fields of current, where multiple qualities come together to provide direction, perspective, and support. The winds and fields together provide a framework for noticing patterns of energy, awareness, and your choices, allowing you to consciously recognize how qualities move, interact, and create pathways of possibility. Next, I'm going to go over the 3 various currents and different ways that you can use the winds of opportunity. These cover the macro seasonal, the micro bridge pick 3 promise 1, and then the living current present moment star currents. This will be just a brief overview, and we'll go over the currents in depth in another video. First, we'll go over the seasonal currents. These follow a natural figure 8 rhythm through this perspective of our chart, and of changing weather, seasons, and environmental conditions. Rather than following a universal calendar, this pathway is guided by your location, allowing the fields to reflect the qualities of the climate and even the weather of each day. The second current is the bridge currents. This is the pick 3 promise 1, where we introduce the depth of knowing the fields of currents. These are designed to be experienced as a moving flow, rather than analyzed as separate forces or currents. This helps us recognize the qualities and characteristics of each field, and we can return to a more natural awareness of the energy that's moving all around us. And final, the star currents. These are creative self-observations of your own living current. The star current transforms the winds of opportunity into an intentional inner practice of awareness, following the shape of drawing a star. You begin with a chosen keynote of intention and use the field of current. With each star, it creates a simple rhythm connected to intention, breath, and purposeful movement. As I mentioned, in another video, I'll go over both the star currents, each movement of that star creation, as well as going a little bit more in depth of the pick 3, promise 1, the fields of current. But for now, we're going to end this video with a big old thank you. And as always, find joy in the journey.